Now we'll work an application concerning weightlifting. In 2002, Hussein Rezazadeh of Iran did a clean and jerk of 263 kilograms. This amount was about 2.5 times his body weight. How much did Rezazadeh weigh? We will approach this problem using our 5-step problem-solving strategy. And to begin with, we'll use the first step, familiarize ourselves with the problem situation. Read the problem carefully to understand what we're looking for, and we're going to define a variable. We're looking for his weight, so we will let W equal Rezazadeh's weight. And I'm going to label what units we're looking at in kilograms. Now we're ready for the second step of the process. We're going to translate our problem into mathematical language. First of all, we'll restate the problem using English. How are the numbers in the problem related? Well, the weight that's lifted is stated as being 2.5 times the body weight. When I've written it in English in this form, it translates directly to a mathematical sentence. The weight lifted was given as 263 kilograms. Is translates to equals 2.5, and just write 2.5, times, we write a multiplication sign, and for the body weight, which we don't know, we reset that equal to W as our variable. So now we have an equation, and we can move to our third step in the problem-solving process, and that is to solve the equation. To solve the equation 263 equals 2.5 times W, we need to divide both sides of the equation by 2.5. So we will divide the left side of the equation by 2.5 and the right side of the equation by 2.5. On the right side, this would simplify to just W. And on the left, since I'm dividing with mixed numerals, I want to convert this mixed numeral to fraction notation. So I have 263 divided by 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So 5 over 2 is 2.5 in fraction notation. Now, in order to divide by a fraction, I multiply by the reciprocal of that fraction. So I have 263 times 2/5 equals W. Now, I multiply 263 times 2 and write that over 5, and I have 526 over 5 equals W. And since we started out with mixed numerals, and since this is hard to understand exactly what that means, we'll write that as a mixed numeral, and I get 105 and 1/5 equals W. Now, we were told that his body weight was about 2.5 times, or that he did a lift about 2.5 times his body weight. So this is a little too exact maybe for our answer, 105 and 1/5 kilograms. So we're going to approximate the weight as 105. Now our next step is to check the answer. And here we have a really good way to check because we divided to find the answer, so we can multiply to check. If we take 2.5 and multiply that by 105, we should get about the amount that he lifted. So 2.5 times 105 is 5/2 times 105, which is 525 over 2, which is 262 1/2. Now remember, we rounded to get to 105, and 262 1/2 is very close to the 263 that he lifted. So we do have a check. So we can move to our fifth step, and that is to state that Rezazadeh weighs about 105 kilograms.